Counsel, you received all discovery. Did you review it with your client?
I have and I did.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Ortiz, did you review the application for community supervision and deferred adjudication with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
I do.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Proceeding on count one, I'm waiving count two.
Any objection?
No objection.
All right, did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
All right, in count one, you're charged with abandoning and endangering a child, and placing the child in imminent danger of bodily injury as a second-degree felony. Range punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call, and the right to remain silent. By entering this plea, you're giving up those rights. Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could sentence you up to 20 years in the prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
She has.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
I do.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I do.
Ms. Ortiz, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
If you're not a U.S. citizen by entering this plea, you will be deported, denied naturalization, and re-entry. Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 4 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine. State is silent on your application. They're asking for an affirmative finding of family violence.
That's correct.
That is correct, Your Honor. I believe the court will see from the facts.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to be designated a primary custodial parent, and you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Did you understand that to be the entirety of your plea?
Yes.
Defense?
Yes.
State?
Yes.
Is that the plea? Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes.
By signing that, you're waiving your right to appeal. The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Then to the offense in count one, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
State any evidence
State's Exhibit 1
No objections.
and attachment?
and attachments.
All right. Any objections?
No objections.
All right. Did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. After reviewing State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Is there any other criminal history with your client?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Do you want to proceed with sentencing?
No, Your Honor. Would like to do PSI.
Do you want to proceed with sentencing?
Today,
Yes.
we would like to do a PSI so that we can.
Do you want to proceed with sentencing today?
Your Honor, can we confer for just one moment?
Sure.
Thank you, Judge.
Your Honor, we're of the opinion that if we prepare a sentencing memorandum and we prepare for sentencing, the court will be most inclined.
Do you want to proceed with sentencing today?
No, Your Honor.
All right.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, two.
Proceeding the sentencing.
All right. Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Your Honor. Miss Ortiz is a mother of four children. When this occurred, she was pregnant, many, many months pregnant. She had 3 children in her car that she was taking to school. She's not a single mother, but she's a stay-at-home mom, obviously. When she went to the school, it wasn't the summertime, it wasn't hot outside. It wasn't the wintertime, it wasn't cold. It was probably 70 degrees. At the elementary school that her young child goes to, she has to run him in. She's got 2 youngsters sitting in the back seat.
But here's the thing, and I understand where you're going with your explanation, but there is no explanation for this. One, I think everyone knows you don't leave children in vehicles, no matter if you think you're going to be going in for 2 seconds or a minute. Number 2, everyone knows, and I don't know what it is about Texas and other people loving their guns. You know, let me go to sleep with my gun. Fine. I'm fine with people owning guns, but if you're going to own weapons, you need to be responsible.
Judge, it's not her gun.
No, but here's the thing. Children are alone in a vehicle. There's a gun. Do you know there was just a news article where some toddler shot their brother in the head with a gun, that dead, and guess what? That toddler is never going to get over the fact that they killed their brother, whether or not it's their fault or not their fault, and it's really not their fault because there is a reason. What did they tell us in law school? The reason why what is the term they use? The reason you had to have fencing around your pool. What kind of danger is that?
Did you invite it? Yeah.
No, it's called
It's
something.
a nuisance.
Oh my God.
No.
Fighting the nuisance.
Defense attorneys. Thank you. It's an attractive nuisance. That's why you have to put a fence around it. And with regards to guns, what I've discovered in my time on this planet, no matter how often you tell children, this is not a toy, this is dangerous, they want to pick it up. I remember watching, what was her name? Kamora Lee Simmons. There was a clip, she was shopping for a home, right? And so she tells the realtor, I have little children and you're taking me out to a pool and there's an open fire, right? And she said, I know it's a fire, it's hot, but I want to put my hand in it because this just seems like there's water running over the fire. Let me touch it. So your child could have been killed, or either they could have ended up killing someone else. And if they would have killed someone else, you would have been charged with that. If they would have killed their sibling who was in the car, you'd have been charged with that. And guess what? That toddler would never have been able to get over that. Even if they were able to black it out and their psyche is protecting them, at some point it would come up at some reunion or something that at one point they had a sibling. Do you understand?
Yes.
Judge, there's something that the court needs to be aware of.
Yes.
So she didn't know the gun was in there. Her husband left the gun in there, unbeknownst to her. Now, obviously, she shouldn't be leaving the kids alone because these are the sorts of things that can happen.
Mhm.
When she found out, she was mortified. She immediately, she almost went into labor, had to go to the hospital for several days. She had no knowledge that the gun was in
Where
there.
are the children?
Now, what?
Where are the children?
Where are they now?
Yeah.
They're with their babysitters right now.
Okay. And was Child Protective Services called? Because
Absolutely.
usually they are.
Absolutely.
So
They
what
were-
is the result of Child Protective Services?
They told me it was an isolated incident and
Yeah.
they're safe
Had
at home.
children returned.
I've come-
So they fully investigated all of this. And
All right, so this is what I want you to understand. And I hear your attorney's argument, and I appreciate his arguments because he has to represent you. But I'm trying to instill in you that at any second from something we did or didn't do, children can be taken away by CPS or because there's some danger. And based upon what I read, if you would have ran into a grocery store, right? And nobody, you were not parked in line and no other parents came Because the only reason why your child dropped that weapon and hopped over in the back seat is because another parent came to see what was going on. And then game over. And then you would have been devastated. Your child would have been devastated, and you would have lost the child. You can't be doing that. And I can tell you right now, I'm going to order that you have no weapons in your home.
Absolutely. Well, and that's why that's why we insisted to have the affirmative finding of family violence, so that for the rest of her life, she can't have a firearm. Even if you give her deferred and she's not a felon, she can never own a firearm, because we don't want the husband to think, well, I can have a firearm, because none in the home. So that was a big sticking point on our point, because we wanted to make sure, because ultimately this is her husband's fault. Now he wasn't charged. He's not culpable. They've dealt with that, and they've dealt with him. He's obviously very upset about this, but I'm mad because it's his fault that she's in this position. But then again, she should never have left the kids in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And that's why we're here. But I think with the affirmative finding that we came up with, it's a way that you can ensure she can never have a gun, and more importantly, that husband can never have a gun in that home, because that's the most important thing.
And the other issue, when you leave children alone unattended, a stranger can come up and take your children.
Anything
I don't know why in San Antonio people think that, oh, I'm just going to let my child run around. That is why I really don't go to the mall. You know why? Because I end up having to watch other people's children, because they're letting them walk behind them. And then it's like I'm a stalker trying to make sure this child is not lost. All right. Probation, are you ready? I'm ready, Judge. This is what the court is going to do. Count one. The court is going to sentence you to 4 years deferred adjudication. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs or the patch. Are you employed or stay at home?
I stay at home, but I am a part of the San Antonio Ready to Work program.
All right. Proof of employment within 45 days. No employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's a $1,500 fine. Time and money to run concurrently. All right. With regards to this affirmative finding of family violence, how are you all saying that this is an affirmative finding of family violence?
Your Honor, I was trying to look it up, but the internet is down. I was trying to get the exact wording for you.
Because I'm trying to see the connection. Because I mean, either way, I'm
Well,
going to order that she not have any weapons.
Right. Well,
I mean, that would be
the reason would
sufficient,
be-
Your Honor.
logically, is that, and I'm not usually the one to argue in this position, but I do believe that it's helpful, is that the child is named as a victim in the indictment. Now, statutorily, if that doesn't do it, and the
So-
court isn't inclined, I understand that as well.
Just from my memory of the statute, and I am trying to find it in the book here, it placed the child in a risk for bodily injury, which by statute, I believe, is sufficient. If you'll just give me one moment to find that, Judge.
Right, so let me see.
130. Is it 7104?
It's 42.013.
Yes, but you have to look at 7101, I'm sorry, 71004 of the Family Code, Your Honor, which I
Yes.
don't have access to at the moment in this book.
Well, let me see if it's in there.
Okay, it should be looking now if there's.
Well, their thing of family violence and what it means. They say family violence means an act by a member of a family or household against another member of the family or household that is intended to result in physical harm, bodily injury, assault, or sexual assault, or that is a threat that
And
reasonably places the member in fear of imminent physical harm, bodily injury, assault, or sexual assault.
so that's kind of where we were going with it, Your Honor, but if the court doesn't agree, I mean, it supports finding.
I mean, if
so-
y'all want to
Well,
file a motion and say that I'm incorrect, I will of course review it, but based upon my reading of the code, this is not an affirmative finding of family violence. So this is what I'm gonna do. 4 years deferred adjudication, regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs or the patch, proof of employment within 45 days, no employment as a home health care provider or minors, $1,500 fine, time and money to run concurrent. You all agreed on the affirmative finding of family violence, but my reading of the law and my reading of the fact pattern, the facts that y'all have, it's not an affirmative finding of family violence. So if that is what you all consider to be not following your plea bargain agreement, now's the time to let the court know.
No, Your Honor.
no, Your Honor.
All right. There's to be no possession of firearms or ammunition. There's to be no firearms or ammunition in the household. There is to be 200 hours of community service restitution. 100 hours will be deducted. I'm going to require parenting classes. The other 100 hours will be deducted upon completion of a gun safety course. There is to be field visits 1 time per month for 8 months. Compliance with CPS if applicable. Probation, anything else? Okay. Anything else you need from the court in order to be successful? All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because it's plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off record. Here's the thing. I cannot stress enough to you what could have ended up happening. And it wouldn't have been good for you or anyone else. It wouldn't have been good for the people who would have had to come on the scene to address that.
Right.
People who have weapons need to fully secure those weapons. And anything that you have around your household that is attractive nuisance needs to be secured.
Yes, ma'am.
That is another reason why when you have cleaning supplies, people say lock those from toddlers. When they start crawling, they get into everything. They put everything in their mouths. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Once you speak with probation, get your conditions, make sure you stay in contact with them.